Hey everyone, this is Alease, your online marketing and branding coach, and welcome to today's podcast on the power of branding. And then today we're going to talk about the 7 ways to build your brand. But before we get started, I've got some things that I need to do. I need to hit the share button. And as you guys are coming in, make sure you share this audio broadcast. Also, sharing is caring. Yay! So let me share my broadcast on my personal page so you guys can check it out. And I'm also going to share within my Facebook group. But guys, today I'm so excited to talk to you about the 7 ways to build your brand. And the 7 ways that I'm going to share are going to be 7 authentic ways that you can build your brand. I'm not going to give you something that I know you're not comfortable with. If I wouldn't do it, of course, I'm not going to suggest it for you to do it. So these 7 tips that I'm going to share with you are going to be very simple things that you can definitely implement today. And if you don't do them today, you can always do them tomorrow. But you know me, I like for you to get something out of what I'm talking about. I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, I got to spend months and months trying to do that. I want you to be able to implement what I'm sharing with you immediately. Okay. So with that said, as you guys are coming in, don't forget to go ahead and hit the share button and share this audio broadcast. This week's topic is the power of branding. And I'm going to share with you 7 ways to build your brand. All right. Super duper. Okay. So let's get with number 1. Number 1, as you are about to, start this journey of building a brand, you definitely want to make sure you do not sugarcoat things. And what do I mean by that? One of the things about whatever the topic that you're going to go in, or whatever the purpose of you branding yourself, you always want to be authentically who you are and what you do. And you don't want to sugarcoat it. You don't have to, be, harsh about it, but you want to be true to who you are and what your values are and your missions is. So if something does not fit within what your purpose is and what your value is, then don't hold back. Basically, is what I'm saying. Don't hold back. My mom used to say to me, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say it at all. And that's basically what I'm trying to share to you too. If you're going to brand yourself, if it's not something that you strongly believe in and is good for you and your brand and for your audience that you're building, then if it doesn't fit, then don't share it at all. I know when I first started out in my business, and I had a lot of coaches coaching me on this, do this and do this. And there were some that I reached out to, and they just did not fit me, right? It was just something about their vibe just did not vibe with me. And so with that said, I immediately said that this is not the person that I want to work with. This is not the way that I want my brand to grow. And so I cut that loose. So it's basically, it's not, going back to what my mom said, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. Well, I'm saying to you, if it doesn't fit, don't try to fix it, or don't try to fit it either. Okay. And, hey, Chrissy, thank you for joining me. So that's number 1. Don't sugarcoat stuff. Number 2 really relates to number 1, and I sort of talked about it a little bit. But number 2 is to be yourself. The more you are like yourself and being yourself, the more you're going to connect with the people. When we try to be something that we're not, when we're trying to speak the way that is not normally something that we speak, if we are trying to copy what other people are doing, then we don't fit in, and it comes across being fake, and people notice that. One of the things that I realized about myself also as I was building my business and becoming an educator, that if I started to imitate other people or do things that I saw that they were doing, then it took so much energy out of me, and I literally was tired at the end of the day. But once it clicked to me to say, you know what, girl, just be you. If they don't like you, they don't like you. You know, if they ain't feeling what you putting down, then it's okay, right? But you know that this is who you are and that you can authentically present yourself in this manner on a daily basis and not tire yourself out, then you're heading in the right direction. Okay. So be yourself. So the more you be yourself, the more people are going to connect with you. And I've realized that, right? I realized it the hard way. Y'all know in your 20s, you trying to be somebody else. You don't want to be yourself. But luckily, I'm in my 40s and loving it. And I am truly who I am. I'm myself, being myself, doing the things that I love. And I don't really care if people like it or not like it, right? So that's what number 3 is all about. You're going to win some and you're going to lose some. Everyone is not going to be digging what you put down. Everyone is not going to like you. You know, right now we're going through this ugly situation in Virginia. And there's quite a few people who just don't like us, just to not like us. But guess what? That's their problem. And you know what? It's not our problem to try to please you or to make anyone like us. So we have to also take that into our business. Everyone is not going to like your products. Everyone is not even going to like to do business with you. They're not going to like your service. They might not even like your food if you're a chef, but it's okay. You're being who you are. You're not sugarcoating anything. You're not trying to please everybody, and you're not stressing yourself out. And note that some people are just not going to like you. Some are going to love you and some are not. You're going to win some and lose some. So as you're building your brand, when you have this mindset that, okay, it's okay to be myself. I don't need to sugarcoat stuff. You know, it is what it is. And then that some people are going to like me and not like me. It is such a freeing spirit. You know, it just frees you of any stress or complications or assumptions that you might have going into building your brand. You are being you. You are who you are. And if we really, really think about it, and we think about all the people who have made billions of dollars. I didn't say millions. I said billions of dollars. These people are who they are. They are being who they are. I think of Steve Jobs, who wore the same outfit every single day. As a female, that would probably terrify us to try to wear the same thing every day. But you know what? What if you did? So what? You know, if you're making your money and you being who you are and you're comfortable wearing the same exact outfit every day. I don't think he wore the same outfit. I think he just had the same turtlenecks, you know, several of those in the same pants. But if that's what you're comfortable in, then be you, do you. And people are going to connect with you or not connect with you, right? So that was number 3. You're going to win some and lose some. Number 4 is figure out what makes you different and leverage that. Everyone has something that makes them different. Now, I'm a little quirky about things. I'm a pretty laid back kind of person, but I think one of the things that makes me a little different than most of the coaches out there and the people who are presenting and talking about branding or business is that one of the things I've done that I think, and I'm pretty sure that nobody else has done, is that I've spent 17 years as an educator, and I've taught adults for 17 years, guys. 17 years now. It's probably now 18 because I teach a class of 2 here and there every once in a while. But 17 years of teaching adults how to build their business. And particularly that business was in fashion. So I started from in my 20s and continued into my late 20s and continued up into my early 40s teaching people that, right? So I knew what the expectations were. I knew where people struggle. I knew there were certain things that were over their head and how to break things down. So that's what I leveraged, that I am a natural educator and that I've been through the struggle. I'm not just teaching something out of a textbook. I 9 times out of 10, I don't, because things change so much. So leverage what makes you different. Also, I use my Southern thing. I'm from the South, and I remember talking to a coach, and she basically really made me feel good about my Southern accent. And she said that, you know, you have to look at your Southern accent like a accent from another country. Okay, you're just from another part of the States, but you have a unique accent that what's the word I'm looking for? This is not the word, but it's connected to where you are from. So use that to your advantage. And so I never, after hearing that, I was very comfortable with my Southern accent of saying certain things that just did not come out right, now pronouncing certain things correctly. It's just who I am. When I catch it, I catch it. If my audience catches it, then I'm great. You caught it. And I practice more and more. That is part of being authentic, but it's also being part of being different also. So think about that. What makes you different, and leverage just that. And then you got number 5. Share your strengths and share your past failures. No one wants you to have a perfect cookie cutter life. That is boring, right? And people cannot connect to you. One of the things that I know that I was really good at in the classroom when I taught, and I am as I'm coaching my clients, is that I tell them I effed up. I messed up. I did these things. And so I'm teaching you not how to do these, not to do the same mistakes that I did, overcome some of the mistakes. And if I don't know something, I say I don't know. But hey, let's find this out and let's do this, together. So share your strengths, and share your failures. Another thing that I did a couple of weeks ago is that I shared with people that I was taking swimming lessons for the first time. Okay. I'm 46 years old and could not swim. And that was one of my things on my bucket list, but I was terrified. And I shared that. So people want to hear some of your failures, your things that you fear, and actually go through the journey with you, overcoming that fear. When I posted that, I had this fear of swimming. I finally, taking swimming lessons. Guys, I think I had over 200 likes and I think it was over 40 different comments that was left on that post of me inspiring people. Thank you. I'm so glad you shared that with me. People sharing with me that their mom didn't learn how to swim until she was in her late 30s. I mean, that post really resonated with people and built a bond that I could not have done by sharing all the goody goods that happened in my life. Okay. So you definitely want to share some of your strengths and your past failures. Number 6 is consistently deliver on what you are committed to. And consistently means if you are going to be in this business, and whatever that business might be, if it's financial, if it's health, if it's business development, if it's branding, if it's image, if it's fashion, whatever, consistently do that. Show up so people see you. Now, does it have to be perfect? No, it definitely does not have to be perfect. People don't want it to be perfect, but you consistently need to be out there. One of the things that got me into a national magazine is that this editor was following me and had been following me for years, guys, years, right? And actually asked me eventually to be interviewed for their magazine. And he said to me, one of the things that I love about you is that you're consistent. I followed you online on Twitter. I jumped from Twitter and I started following you on Facebook. He said you were consistent on every single platform. Guys, what I'm saying about this is that people are watching you and you don't even know it. People are listening to you. They're watching you grow from a person who wasn't doing well in the beginning, but now you're really shining online, or, when they see you in person. It's because you're consistently, you're working within your passion, you're working within your purpose. And if you're consistently showing up and committed to what you believe in, people are going to believe you and they're going to follow your brand. Okay. So that's number 6. Number 7 is share a little snippet of what you do and who you are. So a little bit of the behind the scenes. A lot of times people don't like to mix their personal life with their business or their business brand, but your personal life really does reflect your business. And I'm not saying that you need to share all the goody goods that go on in your house, but just candid shots of you with your kids, or candid shots with you and your husband, or candid shots of what you're eating for the day, or you're shopping, things that you do on a regular basis that you just take advantage of. But people want to see the ins and outs of your life so they can start to connect with you. It sounds very, very, strange to say that, but I also think of it as in celebrities. We love to see, the houses of celebrities. We love to see, what is my favorite celebrity eating? What are they wearing? What are they doing right now? Because you connect with them. You become a major fan where your potential clients and customers want to be your fan too. And the way you do that is to give them little snippets of what you are, what you do, and who you are. People build connection. So if I haven't said enough in these 7 ways to build your brand, the overall concept of all 7 of these is to be you. Be you, be the best you, and your brand will grow. If you spend more time looking at what other people are doing, okay? My pastor said, if you're looking to the left and looking to the right, then you're not looking in the direction of your purpose. And that is straight ahead, right? So you need those blinders on like horses, right? So you don't know what's beside you to spook you. And so you want to stay focused. And so out of those 7 ways to build your brand, the key concept again, guys, is to be you. Stay focused on what you have a passion and purpose for, and build that brand, and people will come. All right. So this episode was sponsored by my branding and business toolkit. It has worksheets, templates, and checklists to help you build your business and brand the right way, quickly and easily. If you want to go ahead, check that out. Go to aleasemichelle.com/toolkit so you can download your toolkit and get started with building a branding and business that kicks butt. All right, guys. So that is today's podcast, and I will be talking to you tomorrow. Have a great day.